What is up, and welcome to Me, You, and Switch 2. I am me, Tom Tate, and you are you. So let's talk about Switch 2. This is the latest and greatest Nintendo Switch 2 news brought to you every Tuesday and Friday in snackable 5 to 10 minute episodes. Today is Friday, April 3rd. It's a little later than usual. It is 8:15 a.m. on the East Coast. We saw Super Mario Galaxy last night. I guess it's technically the Super Mario Galaxy movie. We went to go see it last night, 7 p.m. I won't share any spoilers. I thought the movie was a lot of fun. I gave it a solid 3 out of 5 stars. My wife probably gives it a 1 out of 5 stars, and my kids give it probably a 4.5 to 5 out of 5 stars. So you can basically tell kind of who this movie is for. It is a kids movie based on a video game. So if you read a bunch of bad critical reviews from actual film critics, you just have to keep in mind the lens in which they're seeing this movie in. And it's not the lens of a 10-year-old kid who absolutely loves video games. I'm thinking about maybe doing a bonus episode early next week where I can kind of share my deeper thoughts on the movie and how I felt about it and what I liked and what I didn't like, and maybe have some light spoilers in there, but I haven't decided yet. So look out for that possibly next week. It is the first episode of April, and if you are new to the show, welcome, first of all. But I like to use this episode, the first of the month, to take a look at every game coming to Switch 2 over the next 30 days or so. Before we get into April's games, though, let's give a quick nod to a few games that released at the end of March that we didn't really talk about. On March 31st, we got Super Meat Boy 3D. It is $24.99 in the eShop. And we got South of Midnight Weaver's Edition, which is $39.99. Again, that released on Tuesday after I recorded the show. I wasn't really paying attention. Super Meat Boy 3D is the 3D sequel to the 2D classic Super Meat Boy, obviously. If you've played that game, it is known for its brutal difficulty. It was a kind of side-scrolling platformer, very difficult, and that was its trademark. And this one has been reviewing pretty well. It takes that 2D, brings it to 3D, and it has some camera angle trouble from time to time. That's what I read. I haven't played the game yet, but it's been getting pretty good reviews. South of Midnight is an action-adventure game. It came out last April on Xbox, so it's a year old. It's been out on Xbox. It was actually published by Xbox Studios, and it hit PS5 as well, so it made its way to other consoles. We found out about this one, I think, at the Game Awards. They did kind of an on-stage reveal from the creators of South of Midnight. Wednesday, April 1st, we received content warning for $9.99. That is a quirky concept for a game. So we saw this one too at one of the indie directs. You essentially are a YouTuber. They don't call it YouTube, they call it SpookTube. And the game is in a first-person perspective from the perspective of a camera. You go around filming scary stuff, and then you post it on SpookTube. And if your videos are good enough, you earn in-game ad revenue, which you can then go spend on other things within the game. And then it's kind of that same loop. Interesting game, $10, content warning. Goat Simulator 3, this also came out on the 1st, $29.99. This is an interesting game. This is the official description. Take life by the horns in Goat Simulator 3, a sandbox game with one main goal, cause as much chaos as possible as a goat. So you might have seen clips of this game, just kind of like living on the internet. There was a period where my kids were playing a lot of Goat Simulator 3 on Xbox because it was summer and they were home from school and it was on Game Pass. And I gave them free reign to try anything that was age appropriate. And they really got into this game. And what I saw of this game was very strange, but people really do love these open sandbox Goat Simulator later games. And there's a few of them now and a lot of DLC. There's no shortage of things to do in them. So check this out. Maybe you'll be into it. Up next, we have Haste for $19.99. Also came out on the 1st. This is an anime-style third-person high-speed running game. It has different abilities you can unlock. It has a story mode. It has bosses. I didn't watch the official trailer, just looked at the screenshots, but it looks like one of those endless runner type games, but maybe with a little bit more depth to it. After that, we have Darwin's Paradox. This comes out today, $24.99. It's only $25. This is actually published by the classic publisher Konami, and we know Konami from Metal Gear, Silent Hill, Castlevania. I mean, there's a lot of prestige at Konami. Tons of great franchises going all the way back to, arcade cabinets. In this game, you are an octopus. So the description here: embark on a grand adventure worthy of a true animated movie with Darwin, an octopus as charming as he is clever, ripped from the ocean and trapped in a massive and mysterious industrial complex. With his extraordinary intelligence and incredible abilities, swimming, camouflage, and many other fascinating skills help him overcome the most formidable traps and dangers in this captivating platformer, adventure, and puzzle game. So this game looks incredibly polished. I'll say that about the game. I did watch the trailer for this one. It reminds me of the octopus Dave from Penguins of Madagascar. If you've seen that movie, if you have kids, you might have seen that movie more times than you care to admit, like me. It does look like it could be plucked right from a movie. I mean, it looks like it has the narrative and the story structure of a movie. I'm glad to see a game of this type and scale with like an original IP from Konami. Very interesting, and it's reasonably priced. And the demo actually nods to Metal Gear Solid. So there's a demo that's available that is apparently a scene straight out of Metal Gear Solid, which is pretty cool. And I'm wondering if there's other nods to Konami IP throughout the game. Next, we have People of Note. This is $24.99. This comes out on April 7th. I'm going to drop a trailer for this one in the show notes because it's really the only way to do it justice. This is from Annapurna Games, and they have pretty good track record. Here's what Polygon had to say about People of Note. As much as it might seem like a random collision of two popular things, our previous description of People of Note as Claire Obscure meets K-pop Demon Hunters looks pretty accurate to both its involved turn-based RPG battle design and its colorful cartoon presentation. It's billed as an epic adventure about conflict and collaboration in a musical world. There are rhythm game elements to its battles, and your party combines the skills of a pop singer, rock god, DJ, and rapper. So this game looks very stylish, very cool. It's $25. This might be a fun one to pick up. This is definitely high on my radar. The original music reminded me of K-pop Demon Hunters, like that style. And I think this is going to be an interesting one to watch. There's another reasonably priced turn-based RPG coming out, and that is called Dosa Divas, D-O-S-A Divas. It's $19.99. That'll be out on April 14th. It is equally as stylish. Here's the description. Outer Loop Games delivers Dosa Divas, a spicy narrative turn-based RPG. After years apart, sisters Samara and Amani journey with their ancient spirit mech on a mission to defeat a rotten fast food empire and reconnect communities with their traditions. Platform through vibrant villages, battle corporate goons, reconcile with loved ones, and eat one last meal together before saying goodbye. So this is like a food-flavored story, but with heavy overtones of like community and kind of defeating the industrialists. Reminds me a little bit of like a Final Fantasy VII story. Keeping an eye on both of these. If you're interested in RPGs, these might be like short, which I actually am in the mood for, just like a short, snackable RPG. Mouse PI for Hire, $29.99, April 16th. This is a first-person shooter in the style of old 1930s cartoons. Think like Steamboat Willie and some of those black and white cartoons from Disney. In fact, this game might even be made possible because Steamboat Willie and a lot of those earlier cartoons are now in the public domain. So it's possible to really emulate that style without getting into any legal hot water. This really does feel like kind of a black and white first-person shooter in the style of Doom meets Cuphead. The soundtrack has that classic 30s jazz music too. So this could be a fun one. This has gotten a lot of press. We talked about it before on the podcast. It's had its trailers debuted in a direct at some point. Again, that's $29.99 on April 16th, Mouse PI for Hire. Next, we have Under Par Golf Architect. This one is $20. It comes out on April 16th. This game lets you build and maintain your own golf course, and then you get to actually play the course. The graphics look a little clunky on this one. Maybe it'll play like Hot Shots Golf. I'm not sure. This one is also going to be on Steam. Again, that's Under Par Golf Architect. All right, the big game for April that I'm waiting for, that I think a lot of people are waiting for, is Pragmata. Pragmata is $59.99, $60 title. comes out on the 17th. This game, it is a new IP from Capcom, all new science fiction action adventure with its own unique hacking twist. That's the tagline within the eShop. Pragmata, an original IP from Capcom, it is the near future, and protagonists Hugh and his android companion Diana must work together as they make their way through the cold lunar research station. It is interesting. It's a very interesting game. There's a demo. I didn't get around to playing the demo, but I've read a lot of great previews for this game, and I'm probably just going to be in it for the narrative. Gameplay looks fun, but I love these interesting sci-fi narratives, and I think Capcom usually does them justice. Okay, I want to give a special shout out to Jay and Silent Bob Chronic Blunt Punch. This releases on 4/20/2026. It is currently $17.99 on sale pre-order. It'll be $17.99 when it releases. This is from Atari and Interabang Entertainment. It's an arcade-style side-scrolling beat-em-up. Technically, it's not a Switch 2 game, so typically I wouldn't cover it, but I love Kevin Smith, so I'll definitely give it a nod here, and it just delighted me that it's releasing on 4/20. Just felt very fitting for a Jay and Silent Bob game. After that, we have Outbound on April 23rd. This is $24.99. Outbound is a cozy open-world exploration game set in a utopian near future. I think we saw the trailer for this one in an indie showcase as well. Lots of crafting and customization. You could play solo. You could play co-op with up to 4 players. I can't tell if this game has a story or not. It definitely looks like a cozy game, like if that's your style of gameplay. I'm sure the music will complement that as well too. But I just can't tell what is there to like keep you playing and keep you hanging on. After that, we have Fruit Mountain Party, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. This releases on April 23rd as well. This is an anime-style multiplayer game. I'm just going to read the description here because this game looks crazy. The long-awaited new entry in the hit 3D puzzle game Fruit Mountain, where you merge fruits to make them bigger, is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, so this game looks like the Suika game, also known as the watermelon game, which you might have seen, got pretty popular maybe like 2-3 years ago. You are stacking fruit on a plate, though, instead of kind of in a confined area like the watermelon game, which is a little flat in 2D. This is like a 3D plate, and it's multiplayer. I don't know anymore. It's on sale for $10.07, so it's really not a heavy investment. After that, we have MotoGP 26, April 29th. If you're not familiar, MotoGP is a motorcycle racing game. This is going to be retailing for $49.99. It says in the eShop, jump straight into action with the arcade experience or dive into pure simulation with the pro experience, both supported by tutorials, adaptive difficulty, and neural aids. I don't know what neural aids are in this context, but it sounds interesting. You can play solo, you can play split screen, and you can play online. So if you like racing games, check out MotoGP 26 on April 29th. That does it for the Switch 2 games. But on Switch 1, we have, technically on Switch 1, we have Pokemon Champions, which is kind of a much awaited free-to-start battle game. That'll release on April 8th. And then we have Tomodachi Life Living the Dream on April 16th, which is like a life sim. I didn't cover that a ton on the podcast, but that will, of course, be playable on Switch 2, but it is a Switch 1 exclusive release at this point. Some previously released games that released digitally are getting their physical editions this month. We have Mio, M-I-O, Memories in Orbit. That'll release on April 10th, $29.99. This is not a game key card. The full file will be on the cartridge. You have the Rogue Prince of Persia releasing on April 10th as well. This has 2 flavors, $34.99 and $49.99, 2 different versions. I didn't look up to see what the difference was, so I apologize for that. But this is a game key card, so you'll have to download the file. And then Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, is getting its physical release on April 16th. This is $64.99, so just shy of $70. We've seen this a few times. You're buying a Switch 2 packaged game. It's got the Switch 2 logo on it, but what you're getting is the Switch 1 game on the card, and then you have to get the upgrade file or files digitally, so you have to download them still. So technically it's a game key card. I mean, you still have to unlock and download those files, but it's a slightly different flavor of that. All right, we're over the 15-minute mark. I try not to do that, but these episodes always run a little bit longer depending upon how many games are releasing. I hope that you have a fantastic weekend. If you celebrate Easter, I hope you have a great Easter with your friends, your family, your loved ones. You can find me on Blue Sky at Switch2Pod. Instagram is the same. Don't post much, but you can message me there if you need to reach me. You can subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Pocket Casts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. A kind rating or review would be awesome. I'd be delighted to see one pop up in any of the podcast directories. I'm always happy to read those reviews on the air too, even if they're not positive. I appreciate the honest feedback. You can go to switch2pod.com for all the links, all the show notes, all that stuff. Kind rating or review, as I mentioned, goes a long way, but really sharing with a family member, friend, Discord server, subreddit, wherever you hang out with gamers. That goes even further. If you enjoy the show, tell other people. That'd be awesome. I want to thank you, as always, for your time and your attention. Much love. Now go play some games.